This is actually crazy. One analyst just dropped a massive warning. People are getting out of control. Massive movements of Palantir are happening right now. Hundreds of millions of dollars is on the line. But wait, it seems like we might see the light at the end of the tunnel. And this should change everything for Palantir. What is happening? And why is this urgent? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir is straight up flexing today. While other AI stocks are taking a beating, Palantir is just doing its thing, climbing higher and refusing to back down. It's like it's showing the entire market who's in charge right now. And that kind of price action? It's not something you ignore. But here's the twist. An analyst just came out with a pretty alarming take. He said Palantir could drop big time, and that folks should start being cautious. Naturally, that kind of statement spooked a lot of investors. You could feel the panic building. People started overreacting, the fear kicked in, and it seemed like things were getting out of control. But here's what's wild. While retail investors were getting nervous, the smart money, the big institutions, and even some insiders started scooping up Palantir stock like it's Black Friday. They're not selling. They're not hesitating. They're accumulating like they know something big is coming. And honestly, that's a huge sign. It feels like they all want a piece of what Palantir is about to become. And that's exactly why some are starting to believe Palantir is on its way to becoming a trillion-dollar company. The foundation's being built right now, right in front of us, and most people won't even notice until it's too late. But hang on. Before we dive deeper into what could drive Palantir to those insane levels, let's take a look at what's happening on the chart today, because there's something interesting going on. One analyst broke it down and said the weekly chart is showing a key resistance zone right around that 120 range. Until Palantir breaks past that level, it's still in what traders call the betting zone. That means it's in a spot where anything could happen. Bulls and bears are basically playing tug-of-war. Right now, the chart suggests the easier path might be down. That's just based on technicals. But, and this is a big but, we're already seeing signs that momentum is building. If Palantir can push through that resistance, then we're not just talking about a short-term pop, we could be looking at the start of a real breakout. The kind that turns heads. So yeah, while one analyst is sounding the alarm, the bigger picture is showing something else entirely. And who else is clearly following the bigger picture here? Institutional investors and insiders. The people who don't play around with guesswork. These are the folks with deep pockets and even deeper research. And guess what? They're making bold moves with Palantir. Take Citigroup, for example. This isn't some small-time fund. This is a massive financial powerhouse with a multi-trillion-dollar portfolio. And they just boosted their Palantir holdings a lot. They added nearly 1 million more shares to their bag, bringing their total to over 3.5 million shares. That's close to $100 million worth of conviction. They're not buying that much stock just for fun. They see what's coming. But wait, it gets even crazier. It's not just the big funds making moves, insiders are jumping in too. And when insiders buy, they're not guessing. They know the inner workings. They see what's ahead. So when someone from the inside starts buying more shares, you pay attention. And that's exactly what happened. Heather A. Planishek, part of the Palantir team, just bought more shares, adding to her position with 1,000 more at around the 116 level. She didn't need to do that. She clearly believes the price we're at now is still a bargain. She's backing it with her own money. That's confidence. So between Citigroup stacking shares like they're collecting gold bars and insiders buying more at these levels, it's becoming more and more obvious. Palantir isn't just another stock. It's turning into the stock to watch. But here's the twist. While a lot of people are turning bullish on Palantir, one top analyst just dropped a pretty serious bombshell. His name? Viktor Dragunov. And he's no random voice online. He's a top-tier investor, ranked among the best on tip ranks. So when he talks, people listen. Now, Viktor doesn't think this is Palantir's Nvidia moment. Even though Palantir just crushed earnings and gave strong guidance, he thinks the stock might be getting ahead of itself. According to him, the current price is way too high compared to what the company's actually making right now. He says the valuation is so stretched that it might limit how much higher the stock can go in the near term, and could even open the door for a sharp correction. Viktor's main point is this. Yes, Palantir is a great company with a bright future, but right now the price might be too rich. He's warning that unless the fundamentals catch up quickly, the stock could come under pressure. In fact, he thinks a strong buying opportunity might not show up until the price drops into the 50 to 60 range. That's why he's not calling it a buy. He's rating Palantir as a hold for now. And honestly, that cautious tone is something we're hearing across Wall Street. Out of 18 analysts covering Palantir, most are sitting on the fence. Only a few are calling it a buy, while the rest are either neutral or bearish. And their average price target? It actually points to a possible drop in the next year. But here's the thing, and this is really important. What Victor and the others aren't fully considering is what's actually happening right now in real time. Because while the analysts are busy looking at price-to-sales ratios and earnings multiples, institutional investors and insiders are quietly stacking shares. They're moving in, not out. That tells a very different story. The buying pressure from the big players, the way the stock is holding strong even when the rest of the market is shaky, the momentum building behind the scenes, all of that is real. And it suggests that the demand for Palantir is a lot stronger than some analysts are giving it credit for. So while Victor's concerns are valid from a numbers standpoint, the reality on the ground, it's showing a company that's getting stronger, gaining momentum, and attracting serious attention from those who don't usually make emotional bets. If anything, this might just be the setup for Palantir to surprise everyone. And here's another huge reason why Palantir is perfectly positioned for massive success right now. Because the company isn't just growing, it's scaling hard in every direction. From technology to partnerships to global influence, Palantir and the entire team are leveling up. And just today, CEO Alex Karp made a big move that proves it. Karp is heading to something major, the Saudi-US Investment Forum happening on May 13th in Riyadh. Now, this isn't just any business meetup. It's the kind of high-stakes event that brings out the heavyweights. We're talking top leaders from Wall Street and Silicon Valley. CEOs from BlackRock, Citigroup, IBM, Qualcomm, Alphabet, and Franklin Templeton are all going to be there. And right there with them, Palantir. Let that sink in for a second. Palantir is being placed shoulder to shoulder with the most powerful companies on the planet. And not just attending, Karp is going to be front and center, representing the company on a global stage. That says everything about where Palantir stands right now, and even more about where it's headed. This event is a massive opportunity for Palantir to deepen its relationships in the Middle East, especially with Saudi Arabia. And let's be real, this region is rapidly becoming a tech and innovation powerhouse, with huge investments flowing into AI, defense, infrastructure, and smart cities. That's Palantir's playground. That's exactly where their software thrives. If major deals or partnerships come out of this summit, and let's be honest, the stage is set for that, Palantir could be looking at new revenue streams and international influence that pushes the company into an entirely new league. It's not just about being there, it's about the timing. This is happening right now, while the company's stock is pushing higher, while institutions are loading up, and while momentum is building. It's the perfect storm. Karp showing up at this forum signals that Palantir isn't slowing down. In fact, they're accelerating, and not quietly. They're stepping into the global spotlight and showing they're ready to lead. So yeah, while some people are still questioning the stock's valuation or worried about a dip, Palantir is out there making power moves. Strategic ones. This isn't hype, it's execution. And this kind of visibility on a world stage, surrounded by financial and tech giants, could trigger a whole new wave of investor confidence. In short, this isn't just a trip to a conference. It's a statement. Palantir's not just part of the future, they're helping shape it. And if the market keeps seeing moves like this, don't be surprised if the stock pushes right through resistance and doesn't look back. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.